Alright, good morning guys, and a very, very Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you've had a fantastic morning so far, but welcome back to the very last episode of Em's Caravan cooking for 2021 and the very last of our Christmas special episodes. So if you've been following through for the month of December so far, we are doing our version of the pinnacle of a Christmas dessert. So we don't do pavlovas and all that sort of stuff in our family, we do cheesecake. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight in today and do our chocolate swirl cheesecake for our magnificent Christmas dinner feast dessert. Alright, so what we need, before you get started, you're going to need a pan. I highly recommend a spring form tin, just purely because it's so much easier to get the cheesecake out when you're done. But anyway, line the bottom of it and just lightly grease the edge. So once you've done that, just set that one aside for now. Okay, so let's run through what we need. We're going to need biscuits, crushed. You can crush these however you like, whether that's the good old-fashioned way with a zip bag and banging them up with a knife or a meat tenderizer or something. I whip these in the NutriBullet and it absolutely works a treat. So this is one packet of Choc Ripple biscuits, or I think it's equivalent to about 2 cups. But anyway, one packet of crushed up Choc Ripple biscuits, 80 grams of melted butter. So 80 grams of melted butter, sorry, I just don't want to spill it. 2 packs of cream cheese, or it's equivalent to 500 grams of cream cheese. Please make sure that this one is just a regular cream cheese block, not a spreadable tub of cream cheese, just a regular cream cheese block. 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar. We're going to need about 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. We have 3 teaspoons here of gelatin, and we've just got some hot water on the boil at the minute. That we're going to mix this through with 1/4 of a cup of water, so we'll get to that in just a second. And then 1 cup of regular thickened cream, right? So step 1, bicky base in and the butter, and then we just need to give that one a really good stir to make sure that it's just well combined. It should be really quite wet in texture, I guess, because that's all that beautiful butter in there. And then we're just going to pop that one out into our pan. Alright, so now that we've got our biscuit base in, we need to just spread that out. Make sure we've got a nice even cover, and then we're going to push that one down really firmly. So this literally does only take a couple of minutes, but just got to keep it nice and firm. Press it down to compact all the biscuit and the butter together to make that beautiful crunchy chocolatey biscuit base. Alright, so the whole thing has got to be pressed down. This will be a little bit messy, but not as messy as rumbles, say. Alright, so now that we have our beautiful biscuit base, we'll pop this one quickly in the fridge, freezer if you like. We just need to chill it and get that butter cooling a little bit. So I'll just quickly pop this in the fridge and I'll be right back with you. Firstly, we're going to beat together the cream cheese and the sugar until it's nicely combined and all smooth. So just pop him straight in the bowl. Also a handy tip, if you can perhaps get this cream cheese out a little bit in advance to make sure that it's softened, so it's not too hard and that it will whip up properly. Just put that out of the way. And then sugar going in. Alright. So excuse us for a minute while this gets a little bit noisy. Just pop this on. Testing out my, well, not testing out, we've used it a few times now, the new Mixmaster guys, so move him out of the way. Alright, so just start off on a nice low speed till everything starts to combine, and then you can speed it up. So sorry, getting noisy. Alright, so nice steady speed. slowly let everything start mixing together. So I just let you know too very quickly, we've got Isabel on the camera today. You want to say hi? Wow, she's impressed. Alright, so as it starts combining, pick up your speed, so I'll be right back with you in just a minute. Okay, so as you can see there, that now looks really nice and smooth and creamy. That's the exact texture that we wanted to get from that one. Now the next step, we're adding our gelatin. So just dissolved and cooled in a 1/4 cup of water. So got to make sure that one has cooled off a little bit, that it's not still boiling hot, or you're going to wreck the cream cheese. So in with this. 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, or 2 little capfuls. I'm actually using vanilla extract today, but same. Right, so 2 of those in, and our gelatin goes in. Now I will just quickly add that once we add the gelatin in, we've got to keep this process moving as quick as we can, because the gelatin is obviously designed to make the cheesecake set, so we've got to keep it moving pretty quickly. Alright, so next step, like I said, we'll chuck these in, we'll get it beating, and again, till it's just combined. We don't want to over whip this because it will start setting the gelatin, just till it's combined. Alright, so you will see here, you can come in and show everyone if you like, mate. We've got this really beautiful creamy texture going on here. So that's exactly perfect, that's what we want. So this is the part of the recipe now where we're finished with the beaters. Let's give them a good shake off. Alright, so our next step is we're going to fold the cream through. So unfortunately you cannot whip this through with your beaters. You've got to just gently fold it through with your hands. So, your spoon, use your hands with your spoon. So in goes the cream. So that was 1 cup of thickened cream. Lovely. Alright, and then we're just going to fold that through till it's all well mixed. Alright, so this will just take a couple of minutes. Alright, so that's mixed together. It's beautiful, thick consistency. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to halve this mixture. So half of it is going to stay this colour, this flavour, blah blah blah, and we're going to pop that in the tin. So we'll just grab the tin. Alright, so the freezer works a treat. This is chilled off really nicely. So it doesn't have to be exactly half of this, just roughly half of this. So if we just pour about half into the pan with the biscuit base. So like I said, this does not have to be exactly half of it, and then just gently spread it out to cover the whole bottom. So just a nice little even layer. Alright, our next step, I did promise you that this is chocolate swirl cheesecake. So we're just going to quickly jump over and get the chocolate melted. So give me just 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're melting up the chocolate now. 100 grams of choc chips. I did actually fail to mention that at the start. I feel like we're having an absolute shocker today. But anyway, 100 grams of choc chip bits. You can make this milk chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever you like. We're using milk chocolate. So for those of you that watched the Rocky Road video, we need to do the double boil process here to melt the chocolate, because otherwise we're going to burn the chocolate, blah blah blah. So for those that didn't watch it, this is the double boil process. We're going to, you have 2 pots of water here, so you want to show that, buddy, please. 2 pots of water here. Water in the bottom pot, small pot has our chocolate chips in it, and we're going to put the pot with the water in it on a medium to high heat. We don't necessarily want it boiling, we just want that water nice and hot, and we've just got to keep these little chocolate bits constantly moving, constantly stirring to get them melted. Now we want to make these till they're just melted. We don't want these to get too hot, because the minute these guys melt, we've got to move very fast, and we're going to stir it into the rest of the other half of the cheesecake mixture that we left in the bowl. So take just a minute, we're nearly there. Okay, so before this gets any hotter, you can see it is beautiful and melted. We're going to go get this stirred in. So over we go straight away. Alright, and then just tip it straight in. Scrape it out so you get as much of that beautiful chocolatey goodness out of your saucepan as you can. Missing my spatula because it's already in use. It's terrible. We might have to convince Dad, hey, that we need more cooking gear. I'm sure we'll get away with it. Alright, so that is good enough. We've got plenty of chocolate out of that. Alright, so we just, again, gently fold that through. You'll see it turn to this beautiful chocolatey colour. Alright, so once that's all combined and you have this glorious looking chocolate swirly cheesecake stuff, we just take a knife, we're going to add this to this, and we're going to try and swirl it through to combine the two. So the way that I like to add it is kind of in blobs. So a bit of a blob over here, a bit of a blob over here, and a bit of a blob over here. We'll add some more there in a minute, but we're just going to start by swirling. So you can use your spatula, a spoon, whatever you like, but I like to use a knife, and we just drag it through, swirling and combining. So you can combine this as much as you like or as little as you like. I mean, heck, you could make the whole thing chocolate if you really wanted to. You wouldn't necessarily have to run any of the vanilla through if you like, but I like the vanilla aspect to it as well. Alright, so as you can see, we're getting a bit of a swirl effect here. You want to show them, buddy? So we're just swirling it through.
Hey guys, is it just me or does the chocolate kind of look like coffee?
Coffee?
It has like that coffee colour.
You reckon? I reckon it looks a little bit like mousse, maybe? Like chocolate mousse?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Alright, so we've got a little bit left. What I'm going to do here, we've got our swirl, and then I'm finishing it with just a pure layer of the chocolate over the top. You do not have to do this if you don't want to. But we do like our chocolatey cheesecakes here, so going to finish it with a layer of chocolate on the top. Now if you really want to as well, while this is still soft cheesecake mixture, I just chose not to this time because we're having a bit of a chocolate influx here at Christmas time. You could sprinkle chocolate flake or berries if you wanted to put berries or something on the top of this, just for decoration, whatever else. You can most definitely do that, but you need to do that at this stage so it sets in with your cheesecake. Right, so just whatever you choose to do, whether it's the swirl or the chocolate on the top or a layer of vanilla on the top, whatever, just do smooth it out to make sure the whole top is even. Your cheesecake is the same height the whole way across. Alright, so there we go. Ta-da! So this is what it will look like. So it will quite fill your tin a lot, especially if you're using the 20cm springform pan. But now this needs to go in the fridge for a minimum of 4 hours. Overnight if you can, so always a good idea to do it the day before that you actually want to be serving up this cheesecake. That way it's got that overnight or whole day. Like, so if you want to use it tonight, make it as early as you can in the morning, so it's got all the time in the world to set. So we're going to pop this in the fridge to set now for a few hours, and we'll come back and see you guys a bit later on when it's set. Alright guys, so cheesecake has been chilling in the fridge now for about 6 or 7 hours because we made it nice and early this morning. So now we're going to take it out of the tin, cut it and see what it looks like. So even though we greased our pan, we're just going to take a little butter knife and just run it around the edges just to ensure that the cheesecake is going to come loose from all the sides. So just all the way around. Just be gentle, keeping that knife hard up against the cheesecake tin. Right, beautiful. Now, release the spring. Just nice and slow so it can come off when it's ready. Da, da, da. Ta-da! What do you reckon, buddy?
It looks yum.
Looks pretty good?
Yeah.
Alright. So now we'll cut this for you guys. Alright. Just try and slide the base out. Nice and gentle. There we go. Wow. It does look delicious, doesn't it? You can see that biscuit base. You want to zoom in, buddy? We can see now that biscuit base is really nicely set. You can see the swirling of the chocolate and the vanilla all there together. It looks good, it's nice and firm, it's set, it's not wobbling like jelly anymore. So we'll dive in and cut it, and seeing as Dad is not here, you're our filmer today, buddy. Would you like to try the piece and tell everyone how it is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so just cutting all the way through. Shunk. Alright. That biscuit base is lovely and firm. Alright, we'll cut you a little piece, huh?
Yeah.
As not to ruin your dinner. Alright, so we're sliding out. We can show everyone what it looks like. Out it comes. Da, da, da. Looks good, doesn't it? Alright. My masterful taste tester. Don't drop it on the floor. You're dropping it on the floor. Is it good? At least you're dropping the crumbs on the bench, unlike your dad, he drops them all over the floor. Cool. Alright, awesome. Alright, so sorry about that. We'll let Isabel finish her cheesecake. Alright, and hope you guys get out and give this one a try. Hope you enjoy it, whether you make it for Christmas or not. It doesn't really matter, but it is a great recipe. It is easy. It's just a little bit lengthy and time consuming. That's probably the biggest thing. But I'm going to let Isabel finish this cheesecake. Yeah? And just really quickly, guys, so thanks so much for watching and supporting Em's Caravan Cooking. It's been absolutely amazing to see you guys trying the recipes, having pictures sent through to us of the things you guys have made, and saying that you've taken inspiration from our segments, which is absolutely amazing. So I really thank you all for that and your support. As always, don't forget to chuck a like up if you've enjoyed the video. Chuck a comment. If you've watched all our other M's Caravan cookings for the month of December, you'll see that we're doing in the comments, drop in what you'd like to see or your suggestions if you've got a favourite recipe for us to do for the very first segment of M's Caravan cooking for 2022. I'm really keen to see what you guys come up with. There's been some fabulous suggestions so far and I really can't wait to get stuck into it. So as I said, don't forget to drop a like in there if you like the video, comments below, subscribe to our channel, and we hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year. We'll see you all guys in 2022.